Underdog. Unleash the power within.
True underdog, Jayson Waller, unleash the power within. I've got my partner and co-host today, Ben Brookhart. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. Super excited about this stuff,
Yes.
Jayson. Awesome opportunity to talk to people about sales.
Love sales.
Sales management.
Yep.
How do you get to the next level? What are some things you have to do?
How do you move up? How do you make a lot of money? How do you stay motivated? How do you win?
And how do you react when maybe you didn't get the promotion?
Right.
All things that everybody has to think about as they level up in a company, develop themselves, develop their team.
We develop each other every single day, correct? People think that when you get to a different level that's it, you're winning, and you're not. You always have to evolve. You always have to learn from other people. You have to take your losses and learn from them so you can continue to be successful.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing, as I think back in my sales career, as I got to different positions and moved up, is number one, it can't just be you. If you want to move up as a salesperson, you have to have the ability to teach and train others. Everybody says duplicate yourself.
Correct.
Which if you're a superstar, it's always hard to duplicate yourself. But I was always told, Ben, get somebody to do half of what you can do. And if you can get me half of what you can do, then I know that you can duplicate yourself and get to the next level. So how do you stay engaged as a top salesperson, but still develop other reps along the way? Because most guys will say, man, I don't have time to do this. I'm out here selling. I've got to do my paperwork. I've got to do my follow-up. How do you train others if you're not getting a salary?
Yep.
If you're not getting compensated, your
Yep.
manager just comes to you and said, if you want to get to the next level, you've got to be able to teach and train some of my other guys to do more and become better. What do you do?
Well, first of all, they got to have that why to want to move up in the company, right? Everybody's why can be different. You can be chasing where you want to go in the company. You can be trying to pay your bills, whatever your situation is. But if I'm in that position and I'm challenged, the first thing I'm doing is I want to find a way to work smarter and not work so hard. How am I going to get my closing percentage up? How am I going to find customers where I don't have to spend so much time selling to the same people that are getting me the no's, but find a way to be creative to get more yeses and bring someone along to think like me, to duplicate what I do so I can push them and motivate them, teach them everything I know so they can push me up. Because the more you push down, the more I believe it will push you up.
100%. What I think is critical when you are trying to move up to the next level is, what do you do best? You sell.
Right.
So what should somebody see you do? Sell. You always have them come with you. And if I'm training Jayson, I'm going to let Jayson know, look, we're going to go in here, we're going to close this deal. This is what I need you to do. Just smile, okay? Nod your head, smile.
And don't say
anything.
Don't say nothing.
Don't think you know more than me.
Yep.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Now, once I'm done selling, guess what I'm going to involve you in? The paperwork process. Because I want you to learn not only what to say, but how to go through that flow.
Yep.
And that's what you need to tell your trainees. Be quiet, watch, and then get them involved in the paperwork. And I always used to compensate my reps for filling out my paperwork so they felt like they were part of it, they were getting compensated.
They feel good about it.
What you don't want to do is tell your trainee, look man, I'm going to give you this deal. Because the trainee may not be with you in a week or two. And then you'll think, dang, if I would have kept that commission, I could have made this and I could have made that. Plus, if you keep giving them the commission, what will happen?
They'll feel entitled. They'll be lazy. They won't know how to sell. They'll think someone's going to give it to them, and they're not going to be hungry. You want them to see how successful you are. You want them to almost envy in a good way. I want to make that kind of money. I want to be that kind of salesperson, so I've got to do it this way. But once you start handing them hand-me-downs, it's over. They become league babies, and they can't go out and earn their own business. And that's hard to deal with.
It's like the mama bird. Like she feeds the little birdies, and then what does she do? She kicks them out of the nest, and they've got to fly. And you got to do the same thing when you're training reps. You show them, you show them, you show them, and then they have to go do it. They can't rely on you all of the time. Because the guy or the gal that relies on you all of the time, when you stop feeding them, then they say, where's my leads?
They don't know how to eat. You can show them where the water is, but they got to drink it themselves. I also think that it's important for every trainee and sales manager or sales trainer out there to know that you have to emphasize how important it is there's no elevator. I talk about it all the time.
Absolutely.
There's no cheating way to get to the top. You don't hit a button and oh my God, you're there. You have to practice every day. Every day is a step. You may go backwards. It may be tough. You may get some no's. You may get some cancels. You may not have made any money today, but you learned. You learned that, oh, I better not say that. I don't need to talk to that. I don't need to say, whatever you learn, your situation, you take it to the next step, the next step, the next step. You get closer to your goals, and then you got to stay hungry, because once you get to the top, if you stay there and you don't do anything, other people will pass you. So there's a never ending, it's like the stairway to heaven. That's kind of how I look at sales, right? You got to keep walking up the stairs, and there's never an end, and bring people along with you, but tell them there's no elevator. They can't take a cheat sheet. They can't think that, oh, I'm going to find a way to go from A to Z without trying and learning. You know, all the basketball players, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, football players, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Peyton Manning. They practice every day. They're the greatest. They practice every single day. As salespeople, we have to practice and evolve every day. The way people sold 10 years ago is not the way people sell today.
Yep.
And it always changes. And you have to find what those customers are looking for, and you have to listen.
And look, just because you go out and you have one great month doesn't make you a superstar.
That's right.
We have a rule of 3 that we always follow in every business that we've been in. If you can do something 3 months in a row, back to back to back, to me, you've got things figured out. But if you do it great one month, and then you don't hit it the next month, then you hit it again the next. Look, you want to be a consistent producer. That's what you need to focus on every single month, is duplicating what you did or exceeding what you did every single month. And when you do that, it feels great to earn that opportunity for a promotion, for a next level advancement, for more, respect from your manager. He relies on you more, is giving you more opportunity. So just because you did it 1 month in a row, don't walk around and think you're the baddest thing ever. You've got to prove yourself at least 3 months in a row for me to acknowledge, all right, you've got some secret sauce here. You're doing something that others aren't. So now that I recognize that, as a leader, how can I put you in a position to help elevate the whole sales team?
And you know what some people do, Ben, is they'll get in a position where they think that they've got to keep that information and that skill set secret and not share. And when you do that, you're only hurting yourself. You're sabotaging not only the company or the brand that pays you, but you're sabotaging yourself.
Yeah.
Because as leaders in a company, we look for, and we've learned as we've evolved and moved our way up, the more times you can replace yourself, the bigger and better you can grow. But when you're scared to do that, someone will eventually pass you, because you're more valuable if you can train new leaders than you are being the best of the best of the best. And that's the whole thing. That is, if you've got something great, share it with your team. Management will notice that. They'll be like, this is a true leader that is developing and mentoring other team members to be leaders. That is key. That is the difference of getting 1 or 2 levels up or getting all the way up to the top of a company. You'd agree?
100%. And as you go up in those levels, guys and gals, don't say when you have something great that happens in your organization, I made that happen. No, you didn't. We made that happen. Always give recognition to the team that you're working with.
Yeah.
The guys that are below you, the gals that are below you, always include them in the successes that you've had, because they helped you get to that point. It should never be like, oh, I did this, right? No, we did this. Correct. You got your manager with him. No, me and Joe, we got this done together. Now, maybe you did the majority of the work, but Joe is going to acknowledge that you are recognizing the work that he does, and he's going to want to do more of it because that felt good.
Yeah.
Recognition is another thing that is key in all sales to me. If you're not stroking somebody, somebody else will. Your competition will do that.
Yep.
Recognize, reward people that are out there working hard and exceeding goals.
Yep.
We're not giving trophies out
No.
for people that got second place.
No.
You want to save that for your top. We have a thing, it's called President's Club here at PowerHome Solar. It's for the elite.
Yep.
There's not a lot
Top
of people.
1 to 2%.
That's
it.
right. This trip is not for everybody. It's for the people at the top. You know why? Because those who strive for that, they want to feel special. And we want those trips to be special so everybody else strives to go on them. So you do not put out contests or recognition and reward people that aren't hitting it. Almost doesn't count it. You've got to exceed it.
I've almost done a lot of things, but almost doesn't get you there. The other thing to really think about, guys, is when you're grinding and you're busting your butt, you're growing your team, it's okay to train and work with your bottom 20%, and it's okay to work with, that next 60% that's average. But that top 20%, you need to invest most of your energy there, because those are the folks that get it, that are going to help elevate you, and you're going to help elevate them to replace you as you move up. If you spend too much time down at the bottom, you have to give them a fair shot. You have to work with them. You have to train them. But if you're spending too much energy there and it's a lost cause, your top performers are suffering from it. You need to start developing and worrying about them a little bit more so they can move up to the next level. You would agree?
Hey, if you're a high maintenance rep, you better be a high volume rep.
That's right.
If you're a high maintenance rep that's doing low volume, you're done. I don't have time for that. I've got to focus my time, attention, and recognition on the people that are at that top, like Jayson said. Because if I'm spending this time, I'm not developing the next leaders that I need to go to the next level. 100% agree
People
with
do
that.
that too. I've been guilty of that in the past. I'm sure you have been.
Because you like this person.
And you feel bad. You're like,
Yeah.
let me keep trying. Let me keep trying. Listen, sometimes people have a shelf life. It's unfortunate. Sometimes in an organization, if they don't believe in the product, they don't have a why, and they're not hungry, you're wasting your time. A lot of people take a job just because it's a job. You need to be able to identify it's more to that than them, that they are passionate about what they're doing being on your team, and those are the people you want to surround yourself with, develop and help grow, because those are the ones that will elevate themselves and you.
And look, I think you're doing a favor to the people that are at the bottom, because this is not something they're going to be successful.
Right.
And hanging on and not getting a paycheck and thinking that they're going to figure this thing out, you got to let them go. We have over 1,000 employees here at PowerHome Solar. We have what's called our 80-20, where we want to keep the top 20% of our sales team at the top, and we evaluate the lower 80%. And there's a certain point where once you reach a level, we have to let you go. You can't run any more of our leads. You can't sell solar for us anymore. And the reason is because we're investing all of this money into these appointments. And when you have a rep that just doesn't get it, they're wasting those appointments that could go to somebody else. So you constantly have to be working to grow your business and be effective with the people that can get out there and close sales. And don't be afraid to let some people go, because you're really doing them a favor.
And you can be polite about it. You
Yeah,
can be like,
exactly.
Look, I can't be a surgeon. I can't be an orthodontist. There's a lot of things I can't do. Some people can't sell, and that's okay. They can still be great people. They can be successful. But that's not for them. Ben's right. You're doing them a favor. You're saving your energy for those people that want to follow you, that want to follow your shadow and grow. You need to invest in them more. I think, if I could have done that early on, things could have even been better faster. I mean, we learn as we grow.
Yep.
We learn as we evolve into businesses. But I remember spending tons of time at the bottom. And it's frustrating because you like people and you're investing all this time, and top reps leave, or they feel neglected. You got to remember, your team is it's like your children. They want to be loved. They want to be appreciated. They want your attention. They want to learn from you. Those are the people you want on your team. You don't want those on your team that are being negative. I mean, I have a rule.
Zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance for negativity. I feel like once somebody is spoiled milk, I need to throw them out in the garbage can as fast as possible. And I don't mean literally. I mean let them go and move on. If it's milk, it's in the trash. If it's someone on the team, I've got to move on quickly, because then they can spoil the rest of the team. So if they're negative, they don't like the team, they don't like the managers, you have got to move on as fast as possible. You've got to cut the rope and say, hey, this isn't for you.
And sometimes they may be a top producer.
Yep.
I remember a gentleman not too long ago was a top producer at our company, but he was negative. Like I'd have he'd have a great day. I'd call him up, get him excited, congratulate him. We'd have a great conversation, and then immediately it would turn negative every single time. And I would leave that conversation dang, I'm starting to feel down now. And I realized that rep was poisoning all of the other reps in that office location. So we made a decision, myself and the manager, that we had to let him go. And you know what happened when we let him go?
Team got better.
The whole team started to produce more. It was like this weight that was lifted off of their shoulders. So sometimes you have to make some big moves, and eliminate that negativity in your business with people that may be producing, but they're holding you back from so much more. It's like that iceberg that's in the water. Like, you just see the little top above the water, but it's this huge iceberg underneath. And this guy's giving you this, but there's all that opportunity that could come back. Jayson, one of the things I wanted to ask you, and I think everybody would like to hear, is when you have a letdown, let's say that you felt like you were the next person to get the promotion. Maybe you felt like you did everything that you were asked, but somebody else got picked. What do you do in that situation?
I look at myself in the mirror. I try to figure out what I could do better, what I can grow from. I don't get upset. I mean, I've been overpassed before, and I find a way to do a better job for the next opportunity. I stay positive. There's a reason why they pick somebody else. I can't get mad at that person or the brand or the company. If I believe in what I'm doing, I'm going to continue to grind. My time will come. Maybe it wasn't that time. Maybe it wasn't meant to be that second. But if I stay grinding and I show not only the organization, but my leadership that I'm still focused, and that can't set me off, that's going to show another quality that I have, and they're going to be like, look, that cat wasn't upset, stayed positive, and now look at what they're doing. I'll have that next opportunity.
Amen.
Right.
So many people, they think they're up for that promotion, they don't get it, and what do they do?
They shut down, they get negative.
And they quit sometimes. And they'll go work for the competitor who's been calling them and saying, hey, I'll give you this. When the right company was where you were just at. Sometimes it's not your time. And as Jayson said, that leader may be looking to see how you react in that situation when he knows he's got another position for you that he's getting ready to move you to. So don't quit because you don't get that promotion when you felt like you were up for it.
Yeah, if you love the company and you love what you're doing, your time will come. It will show. There's all, as leaders and, as growing in different organizations and running our own companies and being leaders, we have all kinds of superstars, and it's a tough decision for us to talk to 4 or 5 folks and say, they're all great, which one do we do? So there's something that makes us a decision. Could be location, could be personality, could be the team that they're taking over, but we make mistakes.
Yep.
Everybody makes mistakes. Sometimes you put the wrong person and you go, oh, they were great at this, but they're not great at that. And we're human, we make errors. But if you love that company and somebody makes an error or another opportunity that's better, that's meant for you, comes open and you get negative, you're never going to get it. But if you stay positive and you overcome that adversity and you're hungry and you get more motivated, I love to take the no's or the naysayers or hey, I didn't get that job, I'm going to work harder and prove that they're supposed to give it to me. It's like getting drafted in the 5th round when you're supposed to be a first round draft pick, right? I don't have to talk shit to anybody, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put points on all 31 other teams every time I'm out there.
That's right.
That's what I'll do. I won't be negative, but I'm going to outwork everybody so they want to find a position for me next. I'm not mad at the guy that got it or the lady that got it. They deserved it. That's their time. But I'm going to force them to get me a position sooner than later because I'm going to work my tail off.
Dude, it just adds fuel for your fire.
Correct.
And in sales, you always have to have some fuel for your fire.
You got to be hungry.
Because you're ready to quit some days and give up. And you got to think back to those things about, I need to keep pressing on. The other thing that I want to talk about, which I think is so important, is, Jayson and I have been in the sales game for, over 20 years. Yeah. We've seen a lot of reps come and go. And what we have seen too much of is reps jumping from company to company to company, chasing the money. When you surround yourself with right people, and only you know who those right people are, the right company, the right opportunity, the right industry, be patient. Like Jayson said, there is no escalator or elevator to get you to the next level. You've got to do the things that are required, but be patient. It will pay off for you. Don't jump the first time something changes.
Right.
That's not going to get you to the same place. What it's going to get you to is another company that you're going to have to deal with some of the same challenges with, and you'll quit, and then you'll go to the next company and you'll quit again, and you'll have this huge resume where you didn't stay more than a year with anybody. No one wants to hire someone. No one wants to invest in someone that doesn't have any type of loyalty and trust. Okay? That's a big thing. So try to always figure out ways that you can stay versus come up with excuses of why you want to leave.
And it's different. If it's not a fit, that's one thing. Hey, I can't sell, I'm not made for this. That's okay. But if you know that's not the case and you're bitter, or it's because you need more training, but you love this and you want to do it, then you need to stay. You need to find a reason to stay on the team if you believe you have a shot. But if you're like, this isn't for me, sometimes it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's
100%.
okay. But don't go jump to the competition because you're angry or you're bothered because of change and evolving. I love when we have reps that have been here 2, 3, 4 years that have moved up our company from sales rep to assistant district manager to regional to director. I mean, we've had them move up the chain, which is exciting for us. But that's because they stayed on their why, they stayed passionate, they believed. We had all kinds of changes. I mean, we opened up different markets, changed panels. I mean, companies are supposed to change. That's how you stay in business. You can't keep doing the same thing. The world evolves, you have to evolve. But when you're behind a company and you love what you do, you can't be sidetracked to get negative and find other reasons to quit, because Ben's right. Once you start quitting things, you're a quitter. Yeah. And when you're a quitter, it just continues to happen over and over and over again, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, trust and loyalty to me are the two biggest components that I follow in my life and what I look for in people as well. And if you can follow those things, trust the people you're around, which takes some time. It works both ways. You build loyalty. Yeah. And when you're in a secure relationship, when you trust the people you're working for, and you know they're going to have your back and you have their back, man, that is a rewarding environment that you can excel in. And that's what we challenge everybody. So don't quit, don't give up early, stay committed, and you will see success at levels you never maybe even thought were possible. And speaking of success, look, we have a lot of success here at PowerHome Solar.
We do.
We are breaking records month after month. We just had the biggest month ever in 5.5 years history. We did 1,500 sales in 1 month.
It's unreal.
It's
over like what, 45, 50 million in sales?
Exactly.
It's a big deal.
Over 1,000 employees, okay? Huge business.
A+ in all the BBB markets.
10 markets that we're in. We've got NFL sponsorships with the Panthers, with the Lions, with the Steelers, with the Browns, and of course my Indianapolis Colts.
Cleveland Indians, NC State Wolfpack.
Tons of opportunities, and we are looking for people to join our team. So this isn't a sales pitch.
Well, wait, we need to tell them that we hired 180 people in the month of May. 180 people in the month of May in our organization.
Pandemic going
during
on.
a pandemic. During COVID, we were able to hire and add new jobs, which is exciting, and we're going to continue to grow. I mean, our goal is, let's try to get to 1,500 employees sooner than later. So this isn't a sales pitch, but hey, if you're looking for a job, you want to be a part of something great.
Yep.
You know, we have a motto at PowerHome called BAM. It's building a movement, one panel, one customer, one employee at a time. Our customers believe in what we're doing. They get to save money. They get to own their power. They get to change the world. They feel good about it. We feel good about it. Our employees want to be part of something great. We eventually want to make this company public. We're trying to take this to the new levels of we've never even imagined.
Oh, I'll go ahead and say it. 1 billion is what our goal is next year.
That's correct.
And we have a path to get there. But you know what we need? We need great people like you. So if you're listening and you're in one of the 10 states that we currently serve, reach out to us. We want to add good people. We have a lot of fun here at this company. Like great meetings every day with our team. We get people jacked up, excited to go out there and let people own their power. And if you want to be part of something like that, come join us at PowerHome Solar. I guarantee it is a life-changing opportunity for you. Not only do you get to make more money than you ever thought was possible. I mean, we have sales energy consultants that are making $300,000-$400,000 a year helping people own their power.
And the customers are saving tens of thousands of dollars a year.
Yes.
I mean, it's exciting what we're doing.
It is.
And it's an opportunity for those that don't understand how this works. We take a power payment, we reduce it as much. We're able to finance that gap for solar, and we try to get that payment around what you were paying before. So ultimately, the goal is you don't have to stroke a check to get solar. You take one payment, you reduce it, and you utilize that for another payment, and then one day that payment ends. And we always ask our customers, the number one line is, what's the longest bill in your house? They like to say mortgage. Nope. Power bill and water bill lasts forever. We're able to put an end date on the power you create with solar, and then you get to own that power. And it's got a 30-year warranty and American-made products.
Yeah,
big
buddy.
deal.
So, energy consultant, if you're a business owner and you want to be an authorized dealer for us, or maybe you have a big account base and you want to start a referral program, we have that too. So, this is Jayson's podcast. Appreciate you having me on. And I didn't tell him I was going to do this, but he never really talks about our business. It's all about helping other people, which I know y'all appreciate. I love watching them. But I think one thing to help people is let them know we have this amazing opportunity. And we want to help change your life. And we've got it here at PowerHome.
And you can visit us at PowerHome.com. You can follow us at joinpowerhome.com.
Correct.
No, on Instagram it's Join PowerHome. And Facebook.
Yeah, and of course, Jayson's podcast. If you
Yeah,
haven't watched all these
that's
things,
right,
come on,
baby. True Underdog Podcast at iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and we have a badass YouTube channel, True Underdog YouTube. Got some big guests on there, but nothing better than me and Benny V over here doing our thing.
Love this guy. Just, it's amazing what he has built here at this company, and to open up that invitation for not only me to be part of it, for all of you to be part of it. Super excited about what the future is, because solar is the future.
That's correct.
100%. It's here. Mass marketing is here, and this is the right company to be with at the right time in the right industry. So reach out to us today. Let's get it done.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. 1, 2, 3, ready?
Damn. True Underdog. Damn.